For this video, I thought I would take you on a little tour of what's on top of my dresser and a overview of my accessories collection. I won't go over every single solitary piece because that would be really boring and I've got way too much, and that would make this video 1,000 times longer than it probably already is going to be. Excuse me. So we'll just do a overview and I'll highlight a few of my favorite pieces instead. So this is the dresser. Ooh, I got the drawer open. Close the drawer. We're not going into the drawers because it's not anything exciting me, because I've got camis and tanks in the first drawer. That's socks and underwear in that one. And that one is shorts and miscellaneous stuff like slips and other odd ends things, like my little cases that I use to take jewelry with me when I go on trips and that sort of thing. So not gonna go into that. The dresser was my mom's, I think, and I have no idea where she got it from. We just kind of had it, and then when I moved in with Chauncey, I inherited it as a piece of furniture, and we had it ever since. All of our furniture is really mismatched. I'd like to get it all looking the same, but it was free, so we're not gonna be too picky about what it looks like, because it does its job. It holds stuff. So on top, knickknacks, my accessories, that sort of thing. Obviously photos. This one is Chauncey. I'm not quite sure at what age, but he's playing paintball. He's in his paintball mask, and the hair is not his. That's not Chauncey's hair. Real hair. He was wearing a wig. Why? I don't know. Just because he could, I guess. This one here is a picture of my dad and myself at my 20th birthday dinner. Good Lord, that's really old now when you think about it, because I just turned 31, so that picture's 11 years old. Good Lord. Picture from our wedding / honeymoon at Disney World in the Surrey. They have like Surrey bikes at the boardwalk, and we got married at the boardwalk at Disney World. And our photographer managed to procure one of the Surrey bikes, and I just kind of drive around for a few minutes and take pictures and that sort of thing. But she took this image, and then we ended up using it and photoshopping the sign, and took out the "Follow Me to Disney's Boardwalk" and put "Thank you," and that became our thank you cards. So that image has made its use in more than one occasion. But the frame, I think my mom got us this frame, and unfortunately the frame on the back side is broken, and Chauncey had to duct tape it. Shit. And I just broke it some more. Lovely. I just knocked the airplane off. Oh well, that could be glued back on. Oh, don't you love filming? Anything can happen when someone films a YouTube video. Anyway, I was saying the frame was broken, and you can see why, because it's ridiculously heavy and falls over easily because the weight is not very evenly distributed. So Chauncey duct taped it and not realize he'd duct tape it with the back thing with the little leg upside down, so that we don't have the little leg to hold it up, which it really wasn't even holding it up anyway, because it was always falling over. But Mom, if you see this, sorry, I dropped it, I broke it. I'm surprised I didn't break everything else. Good Lord gracious me. Anyway, oh bye. I'm gonna leave that in. I'm not gonna edit that out. Picture of Chauncey and I from our wedding reception, because we had a destination wedding. Our wedding at Disney, we only had immediate family, friends and family, so we had a reception about 6 months after we got married at home, so that everybody could come to that. And I think my mom took this picture towards the end of the reception, It had been raining, but there was a rainbow. Actually, there was a double rainbow, but I think the second rainbow got cut off in this particular image. But there was a double rainbow, and we thought that was cool, so my mom took that picture. Excuse me. This is a picture of me and my cat, Alex, from who knows how long ago. Probably before Chauncey, so more than 6 years ago, probably 7 or 8 years ago, probably. There's just Alex and I chilling on, I think, my bed. I took that. He was such a good cat. Unfortunately, he passed away right before, not right before, but the same year that Chauncey and I got married. He passed away. He got sick. But he was such a good cat. He liked to sit and watch NASCAR with me on Sundays. I would sit and watch TV and have the NASCAR race on, and he'd come in there and hang out with me and just kind of chill. So he was a good cat. And then not the last picture, but this last picture on this level is a picture of me in color guard. This was my senior year? No, junior year. This was my junior year. Just taken at one of our competitions. I don't know if this was state or Bands of America. It was at you could see the Indiana. This was taken at the RCA Dome. Back when we still had the RCA Dome and not Lucas Oil Stadium. But yeah, that was an image taken of me at one of our band competitions back when I was blonde and I had really long hair, and that's lots of fun. I don't have a lot of images of me from my time in guard. I have video, but not a lot of pictures, so I like having that. And then I've got 2 more pictures up here. There is a picture of me taken outside of Darlington Speedway, and yes, I am wearing a Jimmie Johnson shirt. Don't judge. I had a time period in my life where I was a Jimmie Johnson fan. I have seen the error of my ways now and hate Jimmie Johnson with all of my heart and soul, but at the time I thought that he was cool. Yeah, we're not going to go into that anymore. And then this last image is of Chauncey's grandparents. That's Bama and Bappa, and Bappa passed away a couple years ago, but I think my mother-in-law took this up at Silver Lake, which is where the family has a vacation home. And it's just Bama and Bappa enjoying the sunset, I think, over the water. So it's a very, very nice image there. And then as far as other knickknacks, paddywhack, give a dog a bone, I have this box and this egg thing that I know for sure the box I got from my grandmother. And this is really old. She did pottery. She made, boxes and dolls and stuff. And she would fire it, and then she'd paint it herself. And this she gave me years and years and years and years and years ago. And I just keep it on here. I've got a few odds and ends in there. Nothing too exciting. And then this one, I don't know if I got this from my grandmother or if I just got that from somebody random because I thought it was funny because it's a chicken wearing a sailor hat. I don't know. But I just have odds and ends in there too. Things like, bits of change and movie theater tickets, that sort of thing. And then I have this glass thing. Hopefully you can see it. But it's, I'm not sure exactly how they make these things actually. But they can put images inside the glass. It's just, I don't know if it's frosting or laser cut, or I have no idea. But it's Tony Stewart. There's Tony, and then the 20 car. Obviously, he's not in the 20 car anymore. That tells you how old this is. A couple of shot glasses. I've got this shot glass from Hell. I went to Hell at Grand Cayman in the Cayman Islands. I just thought it was funny because it says hell. So I can tell everybody I've been to hell. And then this one is from the Newport Aquarium, which is in Louisville-ish. I've been there a couple times, but I think I bought this when Chauncey and I went together for the first time, and that was one of the first, like, trips that we had done when we first started dating. We'd gone to the Newport Aquarium, so I bought that to commemorate the trip. And then the ball thing in there, I'm not entirely sure. I think Chauncey gave it to me. I think he picked it up at, like supercomputing or VR or some conference he's went to. I'm sure it came with swag that he got. And then we have the jar of sand. I really don't want to pick it up and risk dropping it like I did the picture frame, but it's the sand from our wedding. We did the sand ceremony, and it's just in the colors, our wedding colors, the blue and the teal. And then I've got my pygmy puff from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Penelope the purple pygmy puff. She just kind of sits there and kind of hangs out as an extra decoration. And then this box is something that my mother-in-law made for, I think, my birthday. I think it was my birthday, the first birthday that I celebrated with Chauncey and I together. The box, I think she just bought, but she did the wire bending and all that and put that on there. It's got the purple stone in there because my birthstone is purple amethyst. So she made that, and that was very cool. And I just keep my bangles in there, my really big, like, chunky bracelets and bangles in there because they don't hang up very well over here. And then back here up against the wall is our carbon frozen Lou Mongello. If you saw or read my recap on our Disney cruise when we cruised on the Disney Dream a couple of years ago, Lou had held a raffle raising money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation to send sick kids to Disney World. And one of the things that was raffled was a carbon froze Lou Mongello, and we won. So that's weird and cool all at the same time. And Lou signed the back of it for me, so his signature is on the back. I'd have to take it out of the box to show you, but just trust me, it's on the back. I've got a picture of it. I'll insert a picture so you guys can see it. But yeah, you can have this done during Star Wars weekends at the Disney Hollywood Studios. They do the Star Wars weekends in May and June, and they have Star Wars celebrities and Disney characters dressed up as Star Wars characters, and then Star Wars characters, and they've got special meet and greets and all sorts of fun stuff. But this is something that they came out with a few years ago, is they can 3D scan you and then create this so that you can get yourself carbon froze like Han Solo. And then last but certainly not least is my accessories. This is really, really pared down from what it used to be. I was a bit nutters in buying jewelry. Like, I would go to Claire's when they do like the 10 for 10 and just go nuts. And I have figured out that, one, I buy some ridiculous looking stuff that at the time I'm like, oh, that's funny, ha ha ha. And I'll buy it because it's cheap, and then I don't wear it, or I wear it like once. And yeah, I really wanted to get this pared down to pieces that I would actually wear, even if they're kind of specialty pieces. I'll explain here in a second. You know, a specialty piece that only can be worn for certain occasions, but for the most part, I wanted my everyday stuff to be stuff that I could wear often, and it would go with a good chunk of my wardrobe. So I really, you know, I've still got some novelty-ish pieces, but for the most part, it's stuff that I could wear anytime, of the year with any outfit and I would be okay as far as accessories go. So this thing I bought at TJ Maxx a couple years ago, last year maybe, something like that, within the last 2 years. I thought it was really good for things like necklaces and bracelets, which it has been. I've tried to keep my stuff separated by not only color but also length. So I have like all my golds on this arm, silvers are on that arm, more of the specialty type pieces like pearls, that sort of thing on this arm. And it's worked for the most part. I do have a problem with if I don't see it, I forget I have it, and then I don't wear it. And that's another reason why I've tried to keep my jewelry down to a reasonable number. That way this thing isn't just overflowing and I'm missing pieces and they're not getting worn and just getting old and yucky and that sort of thing. So short, long-ish, and then really long on the last little hook thing. Like I said, I don't want to go over every single solitary piece, but I will point out a few of my favorites. This one is one that I will wear very often. It's just a simple pendant that's got, I don't know if they're supposed to be like gray-ish, because they're definitely not clear, but they're not black either. But this is kind of little gems, crystals on there. I got this at Von Maur. It's by Kenneth Cole, but I really like it. Another one, this is a piece that I picked up recently at Von Maur, is this gold one with this just a little plate that says breathe, and on the back side it's got a tiny little crystal. But I thought that was just really fun, and I actually like to wear these two together layered. This one's shorter, and then the Kenneth Cole one will be the longer piece. And of course I've got a horseshoe for my Colts. Some of these pieces you guys have seen before when I did the hauls in the first place when I got them. You know, like the necklaces that I got at Topshop when I went to Chicago. I've got some antique pieces here. These are both antiques. I have no idea how old they are, but I just thought they were cool. And for being antique, they're in really good shape. This one's Asian inspired, and this one's just kind of a chain that's kind of a nautical feel to it. I've got my skinnier bangles here. I don't really have a whole lot because I'm not a huge skinny bangle fan, because I don't like how they flop around and make noise all the time. I don't know if that's just weird, or if, you know, other people that wear bangles just tolerate that, or what. I don't know. And then I have my non-bangle-ish pieces. You guys see this one in Outfits of the Day all the time. It's from Stella and Dot. That one's from Forever 21. I've got some colorful beads. I've got another chain that I got from Von Maur. I've got a couple of charm bracelets. This is what I'm talking about like specialty pieces that only get worn certain times. You know, my Colts charm bracelet I would only wear on game day, obviously. I have this one. It's got this little starfish on it that I think I bought this in Cozumel, I think. Or is Grand Cayman, one of the two. It was on that cruise. I did a cruise to Grand Cayman and Cozumel several years ago with my mom, and I picked that up. My silver pieces, I don't have as much. Obviously, I've got a couple Disney ones, Mickey. This one I bought a couple years ago, which you saw in a haul. I've got this big funky thing, which is from Forever 21. It's super old, but I love it. It's just very edgy. Our magic bands from our last trip to Disney World. Got to hang on to these, because in theory you should be able to reuse these. Disney should not have to send you a new magic band every time you book a trip. We will see later this year when we go again if that, you know, if they let us reuse those or if they send us new ones. This Chauncey bought from a conference. It's a USB drive. See? It's a USB drive, but it's also a slap bracelet. Which I thought was really funny. I don't know if I'd actually use it as a flash drive, but it was just one of those novelty things that he thought was funny, and he wanted to give it to me. So I kind of put it up there. Hey, it kind of hangs up there. I'll put that back on later. Just some pearls. Every woman's got to need at least one pearl necklace. This is a necklace that I wore with my wedding dress. And I've got the matching earrings. This bird from Forever 21. That's super old. This one. This is also another one that I break out for Colts for luck. Of course, I've had this longer than I bought this way before Andrew Luck was the quarterback, but it just kind of fits now. But I bought this at Payless. It's Patricia Field, a line she designed for Payless, I think when the Sex and the City movie came out. And then my Juicy Couture necklace that you guys see all the time as well. And then this thing I bought at Icing or Claire's. I think Icing. I use this for my rings and earrings, and this used to be really full as well, but I've really pared it down as well. And I'm trying to just have earrings that, like I said, go with pretty much anything, with a few exceptions. Obviously, I have Colts earrings, so those are for game day. I've got some Jeff Gordon ones for race day. I've got some Mickey Mouse ones. These ones I won in a contest a couple years ago. One of my friends has a Disney wedding blog, and she holds the Disney Wedding Awards every year, and I got nominated for either best jewelry or best overall bridal look, and I won, and so I got these as my prize, and somebody handmade these. They're very cute. Not a lot of drop earrings. I'm not a huge fan. I prefer to wear studs most of the time, but I do have a few pairs that I really love. These here and these here that I got at Francesca's, however you pronounce that. I bought these from there a couple months ago, and I really love these. These are from Old Navy. Just miscellaneous places. I've got, earrings from Von Maur. These are from Aunt Taylor, I think. Von Maur. Some Forever 21. My weird ones from Topshop. Disney, of course. There's the matching earrings to my wedding day jewelry, which I really love. Some travel ones. These are Kenneth Cole. No, these are Calvin Klein. Those are Calvin Klein. And at the bottom I have my rings. I try to keep them separated. The big chunky ones on one side and then my really dainty ones on this side. And it's not always successful because stuff tends to fall and go wherever. I'm pretty sure that I've got jewelry back here and probably underneath the dresser that I've dropped, but I just don't take the time to move the dresser out of the way because that'd be a pain in the butt. But I probably should, just because there's probably something down there that I've completely forgot I have, and I'd be like, oh, I forgot I own that. I should wear that more often if it wasn't under the dresser. So probably something I should do once Chauncey gets home, because this dresser is very heavy. But yeah, just rings of all shapes and sizes. I used to be really big on big cocktail rings. Now not so much. I have, obviously I have some that I really love, but for the most part I actually like wearing smaller rings more than big chunky ones, with a few exceptions obviously. But a lot of these are they came from sets, or a lot of them from Forever 21, because they get old and they discolor after a while. This one here is from Forever 21, which I get a lot of comments on this one, a lot of compliments. It kind of looks like Mickey Mouse, but not quite. The ears actually aren't quite big enough. And probably need to be slightly further apart to be more Mickey accurate, which I'm sure is that why they did this, so because then they don't have to pay the licensing. They just make it kind of Mickey-ish, so they can get away with not having to pay the licensing and therefore charging more, I guess. But it's from Forever 21. It's a bit old. That one, I have no idea where it's from, but I like wearing that one a lot. This one I wore yesterday. This one is fun. This one's from Old Navy. But that's about it, really. Like I said, I really pared down my accessories, so I try to keep it more manageable. So, and of course, you know, we've got the decorations and along this wall as well, which I won't get into now. But I could always do a room tour, maybe, or at least a room wall tour, because the rest of the room really isn't that exciting. It's just our bed and our closet, and you've seen the closet, and the bed is just a bed, and it needs to be made too, so I'm not showing it to you. But I could always do like a wall decor tour, I guess, if anybody wants to see that. Other than that, that's all I've got. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I guess it kind of gives you a bit of insight into more of my life and that sort of thing. So yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next video, alright?